operating outfitting business in Maine, Lake Parlin Outfitters, running out of Lake Parlin Lodge, and we do remote camp tent hunts up in the North Maine Woods. 2023, I was there at the Maine Moose Lottery drawing. I'm not there every year, but just happened to be. Went down, made the trip, and was sitting there when my name was drawn. So that day that I was drawn, I made up my mind that it was going to be with a bow or no moose at all. That was it. Obviously wanted to have my daughter along on the hunt, so our plan right away when I got drawn was to me carry the bow and Leah carry a rifle. She was my sub-permittee on the hunt. So Jason and the other hunters arrived at the lodge the day before season starts. It's our typical routine is meet at the lodge and head up to remote camp, which is about a 2-hour drive up into the North Maine Woods to our tent camp, which we set up a few days before.
Definitely the best moose camp atmosphere I've really been a part of. Just exciting. Number one, you know, it's an exciting thing for you to know you're going on, you get to go on a moose hunt, and even not being the tag holder, being able to do it with my dad. But then you have, you know, people there that they are drawn in the lottery and may never have been exposed to a remote location like where we were, or not used to that remote location.
The hunter's excitement is always fun to be around because it's all new to them, and our excitement because we've done it many times and we know what's coming. So, you know, it's just that Sunday before the hunt is always just really good stuff, you know. Candace always has a big dinner planned for that first night. So a lot of storytelling and people just getting to know each other. I've got certain areas obviously that are we've been successful over the years and places that I really like to hunt. So I did have a plan kind of laid out in my mind of the area that we wanted to start out in. And it's a spot that I found 6 or 8 years ago. It's just an old winter road that is kind of off the beaten path, so rarely see other people when we're in there. So we parked the truck to walk into the area we were going to hunt, and started our filming, and unfortunately found out later there was a little glitch with the audio. So our first interview there was video only mode, so we'll leave it to your imagination what we said. The plan was that morning just to walk the winter road and call as we went, you know, every so often, listen for a response. We hunted, it was a nice morning, but it was breezy, and you know, with moose hunting and calling, wind is not your friend. Ideally, you want a nice, cold, crisp, still morning. We had most of those ingredients that day, but it was a bit breezy. We had set up and had been calling for a bit, and it's a spot that I've had some luck in the past.
was Winter Road and came to this spot. I looked over, thought it looked like it was pretty tore up, and then looked down and we see these big chunks of hair. So there was a battle royale right here, it looks like. We'll do some calling from here. So we're sitting here, we're in a spot right now that I've had pretty good luck in the past. Had some encounters, but never shot anything in this exact spot. But a lot of moose in this area, so I figured we'd just come here and call for a while. It's real windy, so you can't really hear anything. And it's more or less just call and give it a wait and see. So we've been calling. We've probably been here a half hour, 40 minutes. And Jason and I were just talking, saying we expect one to step out right here. And I mean, it wasn't 5 minutes later. I looked over and a bull stepped out there. And he was 33 yards, so it was a pretty easy shot with the bow. But I decided right away that we weren't going to take him. But after looking at him in the binoculars, it was kind of tempting.
Yeah,
because
it was.
He had such a unique rack. I've never seen a rack like that. And body-wise, he was really healthy.
Tall tines, really tall tines.
Yeah, he was tall and wider than he seemed, just because he didn't have points sticking out. But when he walked away, he looked pretty. It looked like a square.
Yeah.
But anyway, we watched him. He was drooling and everything, but looking at him through the binoculars, he just looked really healthy, which is always good to see. I mean, he was jacked up.
Yeah.
You know, I think probably wouldn't have minded fighting. He might have been the one that fought down here. Who knows? But anyway, pretty fun encounter for
Day
first 4 hours.
Yeah.
So we got a good week ahead.
Yes.
Day 2 of the Maine moose hunt. So it's, I think last I looked, it was 31 degrees this morning. Not a breath of wind. So it's what we'd call a perfect morning to go call a moose in. I've got my bow.
I have the rifle.
My backup.
That's my job.
Had a good encounter yesterday.
Don't shoot unless you're told.
She follows orders well.
Well, quite.
anyway, we're gonna walk down this road and do some calling and listening and hopefully some shooting.
So day 2, it was a little bit warmer. I think that day it was forecast to get pretty warm, so we knew that looking ahead during the week with the forecast, it was going to get better and better, so we didn't feel too much pressure to make it happen, but we basically went back and hunted the same spot we had hunted the morning before, except we extended it. It's about a 5 or 6 mile walk, working through this area, and we had Candace pick us up on the other end, and but after that walk, calling and listening, it was a slow morning. I don't think we heard anything that day.
No, it was a really slow morning, and I don't think we.
And that's part of moose hunting. Some of those days you can't buy a moose grunt back to you, and other days they're all over the place. So we had a good hunt that morning. A nice nature walk that day. Got the exercise in. Unfortunately, didn't have a lot of moose action, but as per the plan, Candace was there to pick us up, so we didn't have to walk the 5 miles back to where we started. And
We all crammed back into the truck with our dog Glacier was on Candace and I's lap and headed back to camp.
although the day 2 was slow for us, my son-in-law Braden and his client had a real good evening. They had a great hunt. Called in 2 bulls, and Austin ended up shooting one of them. And one of the great things about an afternoon or evening kill is that all the other clients and guides get back to camp, and we get the call that there's a moose down, and we have to do the recovery. So, a lot of times we'll take everyone out there to join in on the fun.
Day 3. We've got 3 moose down out of 5 tags. And it's another good morning. I don't remember a week of moose hunting where it was this good of conditions, really, that we've had. So I expect that maybe they'll start being vocal. We haven't heard a lot yet. We've heard a cow bellow. Have we heard a grunt this week?
No.
All right.
We're about to.
Whoa. There, we heard one. So we're going to walk this road and see if we can hear a grunt.
We headed back to the same road that we had hunted the night before, where Jerry had shot his bull. I think it's about a 4-mile road there that we were hunting. So plan was to park out at the very end of it and just walk all the way in and call as we go. So we left the truck at daylight.
With 4 miles there and 4 miles back ahead of us.
Yeah. Exciting though. I mean, it's especially, I'd hunted that area before a couple of years prior, and it's just one of those spots that just, there's plenty of moose around and you seem to always get into action. Unfortunately, with me not having good hearing, I have to rely on, for the far off grunts and cow bellows, I kind of look around after I call and see
what the verdict is.
See if Leah or Jason heard anything. So Jason heard the first grunt, I believe, of the week. I think that was the first one that we heard for the week. It was a ways off after Jason picked up on it.
I was short after and
Leah could
could
hear
start to hear it.
But this this particular bull took his time coming. I think, you know, he started working and I would look at Leah and Jason and get their reassurance, then I could finally start hearing it. So after Jason heard the initial grunt, I pulled my phone out and pulled up OnX Hunt app to kind of look at the terrain, and we could make a decision whether we wanted to go in after him or just try to pull him out to the road we were. And after looking at it, we decided our best bet was just to try to pull him to us. And
smoked him. I think it was a good shot.
I didn't even range him for you.
No, I felt like that was a good solid shot. I think it passed through. I mean, the way that arrow was whizzing. Were you right on him when I shot?
I think. I don't remember what happened. I mean, I was definitely on him. Like, you know.
I thought he was gonna come. He came down the road, then came in
Yes,
looking for us.
He did. He came right in.
He's a nice bull.
He is a nice bull.
Hey, buddy.
That was cool. Dude. I didn't think you were going to let it go so early. I thought.
Well, it was perfect broadside right there. Like what? I mean, it was perfect.
Yeah, like, I want to watch this little viewfinder, so like, I didn't know what happened, but like,
I heard it hit. I mean, I heard your arrow hit the bull.
Oh, I know.
Hit
I
the bull.
watched it hit the bull, and he was struggling. I felt like it was lungs there. He's like,
yes, that's how I felt.
you know.
You know,
It was a nice bull. I knew that you were going to try to shoot him.
oh,
Maybe.
yeah.
It's a nice
it
bull.
was a spike horn, right?
I thought he was gonna lay down and die right there.
Yeah, see.
Me too.
I'm surprised he got up, but he was struggling going, you know.
Yeah.
But he seemed like he came back this way. But he doesn't know what happened.
No, he doesn't.
We're gonna give him some time. We're gonna go out and get the truck and everything.
I can't believe that happened.
Freaking awesome.
Hey,
Good job. That was all you. That was all. I never heard that grunt. I was like, okay.
I'm glad you were here, buddy.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
It was like at the edge of what I could possibly hear. Like I thought maybe it was my heart beating, but I'm like, no, it couldn't have been because it was too fast. It was like a boom, boom, yeah, boom. So we went back and walked back and got the truck, and we're walking in now to go see what kind of hit we made, see if what kind of blood we have, which we're pretty confident. You hate to be too confident, but we feel real good about the shot. I felt good about the shot when I let it go. We watched the footage back, we feel good about it. We feel good about how the bull was acting when he went down. He was
Noises
gurgling.
he made.
And I'm actually kind of surprised he got up because he had no idea what happened. He never saw us. He never smelled us. He just felt a sting in his side, is my guess. And anyway,
Yep.
we're going to go in and look the blood.
Looky here.
That's the kind of blood we want to see. Wow. That's a good sign. That's lung blood, so. He's laying right there.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Dad. That's awesome. I smelled
That's
him.
cool. There you go.
Nice. I told you he had dark antlers.
Boy, I hit him.
Awesome.
I hit him way different than I thought I would. I thought that
You hit him high in the shoulder. I mean,
yeah,
you're lucky.
I thought I hit him more over here. You're gonna eat good.
We got a big
This one's
job
going
to
in
do.
your freezer, right? Well, I think he's gonna go out whole too.
You think so?
Oh yeah. Yep, we're gonna take him out whole.
Awesome.
I'm really surprised at where the shot hit. I mean, obviously it was a good shot. It's bubbling lung blood, but I thought it was, in my mind's eye, I thought it was right there. And now I'm really anxious to see the other side.
Me
to see if I
too.
got an arrow back there.
That's what I want to
you
see,
know?
the other side.
But I think it passed through. We just didn't look long for the arrow once we saw that we had good blood. But super happy with this moose. Great hunt. Got to share it with my daughter, with my good friend Jason, who it just doesn't get any better. It really doesn't. It's super thankful